Hello everybody, it's Count Zero here, and I'm playing this game. What could it be? Well, it's pretty easy to figure it out. I've been talking about it a bunch. It is from Ion Storm, home of John Romero. He made me his bitch. I don't know if any of you remember that old ad. It's Deus Ex. I love this game. I love it so much. I played this game quite a bit when I was a kid, throughout high school, junior high type of time. I never finished it, believe it or not. I got pretty far, though. So this is going to be kind of a partially blind Let's Play. There's going to be a point where I get to a spot in the game where I don't know what's going to happen. After I bought this game, I also bought System Shock 2, and that game started to take my brain over, and I unfortunately kind of set Deus Ex to the outside. But I'm back. The settings should be kind of where I want it. Let's take a look here. Should be good. The brightness isn't really going to matter. Fraps doesn't really like the brightness settings on this game anyway. So let's get started here. I'm going to do it on medium. I try and play most games on kind of the medium setting. Sometimes I go back and play games on hard, but very rarely do I use the easy. Every once in a while a game is just too ridiculous. Real name, Count Zero. County Zero. Count Zero. Picture. This is, I guess you could call the canon picture. This is what the storyline would use as his picture if it was like if it was a movie. But you can pick all of these guys. I like this guy. He looks like an albino. He's like awesome. Oh well, I'm gonna stick with him though. Now everything, you have these skills that you start with, and everything you'll notice is untrained except for pistol. Pistol you start trained as, but I am going to untrain it. So you're going to downgrade it, and I'm going to collect all those points that I just downgraded. And there's a reason, because this game has like a funny little bug, and I know this is cheating, but everybody does it. I know it doesn't make it right. I don't know. Talk to Barry Bonds about that. But anyway, I downgrade it. Now when I start the game, we'll watch the cutscene, and after the cutscene I'll show you. It'll be trained again in it. It's kind of nice. So let's watch this. I'm not going to talk over these.
Your appointment to FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already discussed the matter with the senator.
I take it he was agreeable?
He didn't really have a choice.
Has he been infected?
Oh yes, most certainly. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the ambrosia vaccine, he was so willing it was almost pathetic.
This plague, the rioting is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate.
Of course they're desperate. They can smell their death, and the sound they'll make rattling their cage will serve as a warning to the rest.
I hope you're not underestimating the problem. The others may not go as quietly as you think. Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
A bunch of pretentious old men playing at running the world. But the world left them behind long ago. We are the future.
We have other problems.
UNATCO?
Formed by executive order after the terrorist strike on the statue. I have someone in place, though. I'm more concerned about Savage. He's relocated to Vandenberg.
Our biochem corpus is far in advance of theirs, as is our electronic sentience. And their ethical inflexibility has allowed us to make progress in areas they refuse to consider.
The augmentation project?
Among other things, but I must admit that I have been somewhat disappointed in the performance of the primary unit.
The secondary unit should be online soon. It's currently undergoing preparation and will be operational within 6 months. My people will continue to report on its progress. If necessary, the primary will be terminated.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but soon there will be order again. A new age. Aquinas spoke of the mythical city on the hill. Soon that city will be a reality, and we will be crowned its kings. Not better than kings. Gods.
Okay, so that's the start. We are in New York City. Liberty Island. You can see there's the Statue of Liberty. Obviously still suffering from her run-in with the Cloverfield monster. I think that's what that is. Anyway, here's the boat. The horse I rode in on. Orders, I'll stay here. He's very quiet in there, but I guess he's pretty far away, so that makes sense. Now, here's what I'm talking about. Boop. Let's go into my skills. And look, my weapons is back to trained again. But I get to keep all the points I got. Isn't that sneaky? Tricksy, tricksy. And as we learned from my Zombies Ate My Neighbors video, if I can find a way to trick the game, I sometimes will. Sometimes it doesn't work out for my advantage. This time, it works fine. I've done it many times. Okay, let's go over these skills. You got weapons heavy. This will be things like missile launchers, flamethrowers, stuff like that. And Gep gun, as far as I can tell, that's the missile launcher. Sometimes I use it, but for the most part, the heavy weapons are like going to be big explosives or big wide fires and stuff. You don't need to be super good at it, and they have very limited, in my opinion, and the way I play this game, they have very limited uses anyway. Pistol, you would think I wouldn't take it because I'm going to play this game as stealthy as possible, or at least somewhat stealthy. But the mini crossbow is on there, right here. And the stealth pistol, right there. And those are important, so I leave that trained. Rifle, I'm not going to train yet, but later in the game I will start training for things like the sniper rifle. Low tech, you'll see we get police batons, knives, pepper spray, all kinds of stuff, shock weapons. That's where this comes in, but I'm not going to touch that yet. Demolition are grenades and explosives, and I never use those, or I never train that, because the grenades and the explosives are going to be about as good as you can ever get them anyway. You're just going to toss it at something and hope it goes off. Sure, if you train it all the way up, you can toss it better and get it closer and cause more damage, but the amount of times I use grenades in this game, it's not necessary to waste points on it. Environmental training is how well things like hazmat suits and your armor and your rebreathers are going to work. I'm going to leave that untrained for now. Lock picking is exactly what it sounds like, picking locks, and I'm going to upgrade that. I do a lot of lock picking. Electronics is like lock picking for electronic locks, breaking into security systems, breaking into things like ATMs, and I'm going to upgrade that because I'm going to play kind of a character who is sort of like a hacker character. When it comes to cyberpunk, I like my cyberpunk heroes more on the side of Deckard from Blade Runner than on the side of Neo from The Matrix. You're going to use, Deckard used his guns when he had to, but he also used his smarts, and he was able to get in and out of places without shooting the whole joint up. Except for that time where he chased the poor stripper snake lady, because he shot that joint up real bad. But, well, I guess he shot her and she went through all the glass, so I guess it's not his fault. Anyway, medicine, that's your health packs things. I'm not going to train it yet. Computer, again, hacker character. I'm going to upgrade that. I really like playing this type of character in this game. Not that there's anything wrong with the kind of run and gun guy, but in this kind of game I'm playing it this way. And swimming, I'm not planning on doing a whole ton of swimming, so I'm going to leave it untrained. And I'm going to save the rest of these points for later. So let's get going. We're going to be told here by our Otacon type character. He's kind of like Otacon. You'll see what I mean. He'll just pop in and start yelling at me in my ear. There he is.
Heads up, JC.
What's up, homie?
Paul is on his way to meet you at the dock. The
Okay.
NSF is raiding the island and shots have been fired. I repeat, find Paul. I will monitor your situation from HQ.
Well, Paul is going to find me, because there he is, right there. Hauling butt. Hoofing it. Oh, he is in a rush. With his cool matrixy trench coat.
Paul, I thought you were in Hong Kong. Welcome to the Coalition, JC. I might as well start using your code name. Think I'd miss my brother's first day? Didn't think you'd have a choice. What's going on? The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but we trapped the rest in the statue. What are we waiting for? Looks like a textbook assault. The NSF took one of our agents hostage. The bots are holding the perimeter, but my orders are to hold back and send you in alone. I think someone high up wants to see how you handle the situation. All I've got with me is a pistol and an electric prod. I don't mind a test, but UNATCO better issue some hardware. Remember that we're police. Stick with the prod. It'll stun your opponents or knock them unconscious. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent way to eliminate resistance. Just in case, though, Manderley wants you to pick an additional weapon. A sniper rifle, a Gep gun, or a mini crossbow.
So my brother is much more of a stealthy fellow right here, and I am playing sort of a stealthy hacker guy as well, so I think I'm going to take the crossbow. I don't really like the crossbow that much. It fires kind of like tranquilizer darts. I think later you can get some poison darts, but you hit the guy and he runs around for about 3 minutes and sets off all the alarms he wants and gets all his buddies. So, as much as I think I want to take the crossbow, I'm not. I am going to take... I'm going to take the Gep gun. I'm only going to use it once in this level, and I know it'll come in handy later, so I'm
Never
going to
know
take
when
it.
I might come up against some heavy armor. Give me the Gep gun. The Gep gun might be useful. They have a security bot on patrol near the statue entrance.
Well, yeah.
Great. What's the first move? I'm going to give you a map of the island. If you can get to the North Dock, a UNATCO informant will give you a key to the statue doors. He responds to the code phrase, iron and copper. You could avoid a lot of fighting, though, if you found a back way to the statue. I'll see how it looks on shore. Your primary objective is the makeshift command center the terrorists have installed at the top of the statue. But don't forget about Agent Herman. We think he's being held on the ground floor. What are my orders when I reach the command center?
Shoot the place up.
We don't yet know why the terrorists would risk an open assault.
Alright. So, and you can talk to your brother again. You know what? Let me end this video here, and I will start another video after this. Take care.